6:49, welcome back to the Valley today. This is a look at what a 6.5 earthquake looks like and the aftermath. At least 9 people dead and 900 hurt after the quake toppled homes and buckled roads in southern Japan yesterday. Now, once the aftershocks had stopped, rescuers got to work, and they did pull an 8-month-old baby from the debris of a toppled house. The baby was not hurt. A very good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for waking up with the Valley today. I'm Kyle Bosch. Lisa Bedeau has the morning off, and we're just getting started with nonstop news and weather all the way up to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. And we do start with some new information for you on a missing West Fargo businessman. Deputies say they have found the body of TNT diner owner Tim Hagginson, who was reported missing on Wednesday. Nearly 200 friends and family members gathered yesterday to look for Hagginson's red Ford pickup. Deputies got a call around 4 p.m. about a possible abandoned vehicle in rural Cass County. It turned out to be Hagginson's truck, and his body was inside. People who knew him best say Hagginson's disappearance was very unusual.
I don't think Tim has missed a day of work in his life. He's one of the hardest workers. He's here at the restaurant maybe every morning about 4:30, 5 o'clock, making food, preparing.
The Cass County Sheriff's Office says it is still investigating. As of this moment, they say that foul play is not suspected. Well, as we promised yesterday morning on the Valley today, there were some traffic delays in Moorhead as one of the biggest years in road construction history in the area got underway there. Police say no major issues, just some slowdowns. The cones are out right now at Main Avenue and on 8th Street, but this is just the beginning. The big project, the reconstruction of I-94 and 8th Street, starts later this month.
The contractor will be responsible to maintain access to the businesses, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Construction, getting around during the construction is going to be, it's going to be challenging.
In addition to the work on Main, 8th Street, and I-94, MnDOT engineers say you can also expect to deal with road work on 20th Street South and 40th Avenue South in Moorhead this season. They are, however, working to try and make sure that all of the roads aren't torn up at the same time. Well, speaking of projects and road work being done, there's another one starting first thing Monday morning that we want to give you an early heads up about in downtown Fargo. The 1st Avenue North Bridge between Fargo and Moorhead going to be closed down. It's part of a flood protection project. That bridge not expected to reopen until the fall. 6:51 now, time for weather and traffic on the ones. We start with meteorologist Lisa Green.
Good morning. Some beautiful sunny skies to start off your day today. In the east, we have a gorgeous sunrise in progress in Fargo Moorhead, and then west, more clouds and more rain showers. In fact, we even have some thunder showers that have been moving through parts of our western viewing area here this morning. So taking a closer look, things are quieting down a bit for Lemoore and Dickey counties, but there's one or a few cells, actually a little cluster that's going to be moving northward into western parts of Dickey County. Jamestown, western Stutzman, seeing some rain as well back over toward the Carrington area. Also, you're just about to see some rain move in. Again, these are moving northward, northeastward, so mainly western parts of Benson County and then back over into Towner County. At this point, looking a bit soggy. Now, this is drifting east, so Devil's Lake and places in eastern North Dakota will eventually see your rain chances increase here this morning as well. It's 56 degrees in Fargo. It's 53 in Grand Forks. Many of us starting our morning in the 50s, which is very mild. That's our average high for this time of year. So very warm start. We'll see those temperatures rise into the upper 60s to near 70 in the Southern Valley and over toward the east today. For Fargo, Moorhead, and places into Minnesota, it's going to take some time for us to see any of that moisture move in. So it's more likely into the afternoon hours we'll see our rain chances increase, and it should be fairly light for today. It's not until later tonight that our better bet for rain develops and into the day on Saturday. Wind out of the south and strong. We're going to see steady speeds in the 20s, gusting into the 30s to near 40 miles per hour today. So a breezy day, but a mild one. Temperatures in the 70-degree range, as I mentioned, in the south and toward the east, and more into the low to mid 60s up in the northern valley, and where we do have that rain and cloud cover hanging around a little bit longer today. Want to point out our precipitation potential. This is through the weekend because we have a couple of rounds that are going to be hanging around even through Sunday. A very colorful map here, and we're going to see a lot of places that have the potential for at least an inch of rain. That's anywhere in yellow or into that orange area, a couple inches possible there in eastern North Dakota. Next couple of days, we'll cool back down, 70 degrees today, and then for Saturday, more rain showers across more parts of the valley. That hangs around it through Sunday. Temperatures in the 50s this weekend, and then we warm right back up into next week. Let's check in now with Al.
Lisa, I'm eastbound on Interstate 94. You're absolutely spot on about that sunrise. Beautiful sunrise this morning. Traffic out here this morning really not too bad, surprisingly so. Westbound I-94 traffic we'll put in the moderate category. Eastbound I-94 probably the same category. Travel speeds out here are up, though. We're in that 65, maybe a little bit faster range. I-29 traffic fairly active as well, particularly northbound. But again, nothing really overwhelming this morning. That's the good news. Make sure you're driving extra carefully. Be careful in those work zones and look out for those motorcycles. Al Ahmed Valley Today traffic.
6:54 now, and we have an update for you this morning on a developing story we've been following for more than 2 years. We are set to hear later today from the family of a North Dakota college student who died after working as a drug informant for a regional drug task force. Andrew Sadek's parents have had a lot of questions surrounding their son's death, and they have now hired an attorney as the investigation continues. Sadek, you might remember, is the former North Dakota State College of Science student who was found dead nearly 2 years ago. Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop is set to be at this morning's news conference with his family. Of course, we'll have the latest for you here on Valley News Live and our website, valleynewslive.com. Police in Fargo are looking for a vehicle after they say someone shot at a house in North Fargo. It happened around 4 yesterday afternoon near the 800 block of 12th Street North. Police say that 2 shots were fired from a vehicle at a home. No one was hurt. Police are looking for a white van in connection with the incident. New information on a 2-car crash on I-94 near Mapleton that we told you about earlier this week. The North Dakota Highway Patrol has now identified the drivers involved as 19-year-old Clay LaRock of Fargo and 28-year-old Travis Roberts of Dakota City, Iowa. Both were taken to the hospital. Now, the crash happened Wednesday night. Troopers say the SUV driven by Roberts was slowing down in the left lane to turn around at a median crossover when it was rear-ended by a car driven by LaRock. Both vehicles ended up in the ditch. Friday morning means it's time to get a check of this week's Valley's Most Wanted, and Fargo police this week are on the lookout for Homer Winans III. His picture's up on your screen right now. He's wanted for a probation violation drug charge, which is a felony. You can call your local law enforcement if you have any information. Well, the Dilworth Police Department is hoping to finally have its new body cameras by the end of this month. It was late last year that they announced their department would start wearing the cameras, but the plan hit a snag. Modifications to the camera from the manufacturer pushed back the rollout date for a few months.
I think it's important for clarity, for openness, to see the full picture. It's going to get the officer's interaction from start of the crime to the end of the contact.
Dilworth is set to be the first department in the Fargo Metro to wear body cameras. Well, there's some good news on the job front. The number of Americans seeking unemployment benefits dropped last week and remains near historic lows not seen since 1973. The 4-week average for people submitting applications for jobless benefits fell by 1,500 to 265,000. The relatively low figure indicates a healthy job market as companies hold on to workers. Hiring also remained solid last month. The total number of people collecting unemployment benefits has now fallen nearly 5% to 2.17 million. You'll want to brace yourself for a possible jump in prescription drug prices. They're expected to soar as much as 46% in the next few years. It's all following a recent trend. A new study has found that people who use brand name prescriptions spend an average of $44 per medication, 25% more than they did in 2010. If you'd like to get a breakdown of all of the numbers from the recent survey, you can head to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story. Today marks the 3rd anniversary of the Boston Marathon bombing. 3 people were killed, more than 260 hurt when 2 pressure cooker bombs went off near the finish line. One of the bombers was killed days later during a shootout with police. His brother, Yochar Tsarnaev, was convicted of the crime and sentenced to death. Now, as they have done in the past, officials will be marking the anniversary with a wreath-laying ceremony. Pentagon officials are condemning North Korea's latest ballistic missile test. U.S. officials detected and tracked the launch overnight, but later confirmed it was a failure. The test coincided with that country's 104th anniversary of the country's founder. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook this morning. According to a recent survey, 7% of married couples have argued over what in the last month? The answer, closet space. I can see that as being a common argument because you never
Sure.
really have enough.
That's premium real estate, especially for women, that's for sure.
For sure.
But we have rain showers that are out there this morning, especially out toward the west, and they're going to continue trekking eastward, but they might fizzle out a little bit. We're seeing the intensity of them come down a little this morning too, but kind of gray and rainy west. We're going to have some sunshine to the east before our rain chances increase there later tonight and into the weekend. So a little soggy, we need the rain. And we've got warmer weather coming up too. So.
We'll use it. We'll take care of those inside spring cleaning projects this weekend, and then 70s back on the way next week. So
perfect plan.
Plenty of stuff to look forward to. All right, Lisa, thank you very much. That's our time on this Friday. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you Monday morning.